Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Rudy and some new information that has come out. And we're going to go back and talk about something else. This isn't really an I told you so video. This is to put some things into context to make sure that everybody's on the same page with this, because I have a feeling this is going to be super important in the future. In a recent video about Rudy, the one Rudy Queen for a Day, that video, near the end, I say that he knew about a whole lot of different schemes, alleged schemes, one of which involved voting machines. I also said that this is important because there's a whole lot of schemes that, at least to our knowledge, the public's knowledge, they aren't being investigated by Smith yet. We now have information that says Smith is looking into the meeting that discussed the voting machines, taking the voting machines, and that it is part of a probe. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this particular scheme, allegedly there was a meeting. And at this meeting, the discussion was, well, let's use the military, basically declare martial law, seize the voting machines, appoint someone a special counsel to find irregularities. Okay? Rudy was at that meeting. If Rudy was relaying this to, hypothetically, a federal prosecutor, he would probably describe the event as, Trump approached me one day in distress and disarray and basically begged me to join the fray. And I said, well, I hate him, but let's hear what he has to say. So I arranged the meeting, the venue, and the seating, and tell him everything about it. Why? Because by all accounts, by everybody's statements about this alleged meeting, Rudy, of all people, was like, you can't do this. This is illegal. This is far outside anything that we're talking about. You absolutely cannot do this. So in that instance, it presents him as somebody who mitigated it. So it would be something that he would be very likely to bring up, assuming everybody's statements about him, kind of speaking up against it, assuming that's true. Because it gives him, it paints him in a light of being the adult in the room, because he certainly was in the room where it happened. Out of the allegations, this is probably the most serious. Smith is reportedly probing it. Rudy knows a whole lot about it, and was apparently unwilling to go along with it. I want you to think about how far something has to be outside of the norm for even Rudy Giuliani to be like, no, that's too far. This is a big deal. We don't have a whole lot of information yet, other than the reporting says there's acknowledgement that questions have been asked about this now. We don't know when they occurred. We don't know what the answers to the questions were. We don't even know specifically what the questions were. So this is one of those things that you're going to see this material again. Because if they have any real form of evidence on this, they're going to pursue it. This was a big deal. Just the conversation, and apparently they made some drafts, allegedly made some drafts of some orders, but it never got implemented. It is worth noting that almost immediately after this meeting, that's when they started talking about having a whole bunch of people at the 6th, and that it was going to be wild. This is going to be important later. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.